Aphelios just got buffed, and I decided to make a video about it on the top level of play. So I said to myself, why not play a gaming Grandmasters instead of the usual silver, gold, and platinum? This is the best way of actually seeing if a champion is actually ready to be played or not. So the first thing that I always do with Aphelios is always to go for Doran Blade. Aphelios is not a famous champion for his attack speed, and since I don't like it a lot and I prefer having a bit more HP with a character that's quite low HP, I always prefer going Doran Blade. It's one of the first things that I always do in my Aphelios gameplay. Now, we have a interesting matchup that's very rare. We tend to not have such matchups, like they are a bit weird. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this attack move here because I enjoy it a bit more with Aphelios. That's a really complex character, so I like the kiting to be a bit more straightforward compared to the other. We're just gonna... Okay, he heals. The boost of speed Sally didn't manage... he didn't make me actually hit them. But we already did a really good trade and we took off one summoner eventually, which is... I mean, if you ask me, that's a wonderful start for the game. We got to see as well where the enemy jungler is. We have this ward already, which is quite helpful. And with Green Weapon Aphelios, the only thing you want to do is simply rush them, right? You usually never hit the wave too much. Look for autos and wait. Usually PTA is the most used rune with Aphelios. Reason being that it just works wonders, really. Okay, the guy just went full in. And we're winning just like that. Alright, pretty good start for an Aigilo game. Let's just say that using Aphelios Flash in the early game is not something that I strive for. Usually, if I do, I tend to go shoes first. So what we're gonna do probably is rush shoes this game. I don't know if I'm gonna get the full shoes, but I probably will get the 300 gold once at least. I don't have level 2 yet. That's another really bad thing of Aphelios is that even if you get level 1 first kill, it's so hard to push the wave. It's actually crazy. Sadly, we don't manage to get the refillable potions because we have one potion already. We're not gonna sell it to go refillable. That's completely fine, honestly. And this guy did blue buff. It's really important that you check enemy jungle, right? So this jungler has to do this, that, and then he's gonna look for the scuttle. No. Apparently, he just went for the kill. Apparently, he just did that. So, yeah, Shaco is puffing bot lane, Lesin is puffing bot lane, so there's gonna be a scuttle fight, guys. We're gonna play a scuttle fight. Let's see if we're able to actually play it. Or we're gonna make some mistakes. Elias does a really good thing. We put him really low. And in this case, right, we know that Shaco is puffing towards us, so we have to sort of like thin out the wave here. And also possibly the Elias shouldn't base, but if she does, kind of have to be really careful. Alright, we have to thin out the wave as much as we can. As you can see, without getting picked off or anything like that, I have to make sure that if I have to rotate, I'm sort of like able to do that. And I also need the level 3, which we're gonna sort of obtain now. Really quickly, if we can. It's not really easy to do so. Probably Shaco's coming as well, so I don't like this play too much. Actually, it works, because the enemy is ultra late. Okay, he's dead. I mean, that barrier felt weird. The barrier was quite weird. So Lee manages to get the scuttle anyways. They looked for a fight early game, which I didn't enjoy. Change this weapon, and then we shove this one. Okay, there's a Shaco. Casual Shaco player just coming in. Alright, we shove this wave, and then we base right away. Now, I see many people having lots of trouble, so like understanding items. When do you pick what, and how? So, usually I decide to go Storm Razor if I lack a lot of people to engage. So for example, in this game we have a lot of engagers, like Elias is an engager, Lesin is an engager, Kissant is an engager. So I'm gonna go for Collector. That's like raw damage, let's say. You're always gonna go raw damage when you already have engage. When you don't have engage instead, you should always go for utility or movement speed, because the champion feels so slow. Like when you're playing Aphelios, you're basically playing a machine gun that can't move. So if your team is playing really deep fights and stuff like that, like playing without Stormrazor feels really rough. And that's why I advise always to play Collector when you have some engage, Stormrazor when you don't. Honestly, Stormrazor is really good anyways. Like it's just like a really good item outside of the fact that you need 1k 300 gold for the BF sword. So this wave is really bad. We're gonna wait for it to crash. The enemy jungler is top lane as well, so I'm not even that scared. We're actually in a good position anyways. They might look for a dive on us. The only important thing is that I don't lose the wave, so we're just gonna use Flamethrower plus change. And we should be completely fine, really. I think we are. Alright, out to this one. And then we do this, we change. And as you can see, we kind of like took off most of the wave. I could have probably avoided to push it quite hard, since I didn't see the rel, but that's hard. That's like really weird that she's not here. So we lost a bit of farm in this way, but it's the best way to actually avoid like a dive for no reason, which they could have easily done, counting that the rel was actually missing still. Okay, dodge this one. Now we're gonna wait. Don't die, please. Okay, he didn't die. Okay, nice. When you're ahead and your support starts to roam, you shouldn't be mad. Like that simply means that my support now can roam them up a bit more, and even if I'm I'm kind of like weaker anyways as an ADC, I can't really stay solo lane. That's not that bad. Like we're actually happy about this position anyways. The guy went for Kali as well, so we have item advantage compared to her. We have basically Dirk against double dagger. So you also gotta check this. The enemy is going mostly for scaling. I'm going for early game stomp in a certain way. Okay, we set W. We can keep this a slow wave. And now let's check what happens, because the enemy jungler might actually look for this play. We don't want to ultra overextend. I'm just gonna go full lean into that. I don't know why they did what they did. I mean, that didn't turn out to be that bad. We did a 1-for-1. Silly, the guy took the shutdown, but they went into like a really weird weapon rotation, so that's not even that bad, right? We're actually happy. Silly, Shaco took 2 kills. Not really what you wanna see, but if you check, this trade turns out to be decent for us, because in the end, we have everything up still. I wouldn't have flashed either. We still have our flash for the next fight in case. And this wave again is bouncing towards us, so we can check and play for this fight right away. Especially Zeri can't drop this wave right now, so this Drake should be ours. We're just gonna go there. And keep Flamethrower. I wanna change Flamethrower really quick. And just take this Drake. Awesome Drake. Wonderful Drake, I will say. Really good. Shaco's not able to take it. Oh my god, it's gonna explode, because the new champion is Wolsom. Alright, we're just gonna back off. Zeri pushed the wave as you can see, but the guy has level 6, so that's not something that I would like to fight. We'll flash that because my team is playing the fight for no reason, but that's fine. Actually, at least we had flash and we didn't lose the wave. It was quite unfortunate that we forced it so hard, despite the fact that we could have simply just like dropped it. But again, Aguilo games are a bit weird, you know? They don't always go the way that they should. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't kill him because my Q deals no damage. That's so unfortunate. I was about to do like one of the best plays in the game, but apparently she's gonna die anyways, right? No, never mind. I mean, that's still really good. Imagine you're playing Aphelios, you have 4 kills in the early game. That's actually awesome. Like, you're the happiest person in the world, right? This is a really good position. I probably should have swapped and then done a few other things, but we're playing a live game. It's really hard, especially when I'm playing at such a high level, to actually speak and like play in the meanwhile. Lots of things happening. It's always like really rough. Anyways, just focus on the farm now, honestly. We're fighting a bit too much, I'm afraid. We're still getting a lot. I should have popped the elixir a bit earlier as well, if you guys saw. Which is another mistake of why I'm like talking too much instead of playing the real game. And that's quite funny. Here we can shove this wave and dive the Zeri, I believe. It could be interesting. Now, I'm gonna try. That's hard, because that's actually quite hard without ultimate to dive the guy. She's gonna be chunked. I don't really see how I can help you there. Well, she's gonna lose the wall wave though. That's still a really good trade by allies. And we're gonna get so much ahead here in this case. Okay. Be really careful again against the Shaco. We're currently in a good position. We don't know where the enemy mid laner is, but look at how much wave she lost. That's awesome. Actually awesome. We took the rel. We can Q her. Now I'm gonna change green weapon really quick with a lot of tower damage. We're looking for her. Oh my god, my supports. Awesome. Sadly, I didn't manage to get the kill, but that's still fine. On a quick collector, it's always good if you manage to get a few kills or 2. But my support is kind of smurfing this out. Like, he's hard forcing on her every time. And look at the farm difference already. We are We are going Eiger. We are going Eiger. And when you're playing Zeri, this is not the farm that you're looking out for. It's really, really low compared to the average. So, about this game, I feel like I kind of wanna take boots right now. The enemy comp has a lot of like mobility. You see the Zeri, you see the Rel. Like you kind of like want to dodge a bit more. So I will go for boots despite having cashback. Usually you don't wanna, you will love to like get pickaxe here, for example, of course. But I think that I will just go for boots now. So we're gonna go for swiftness. I think swiftness are really good this game. While the attack speed might be a bit lower, having more movement speed against this is actually quite nice. There's also a few slows. Just like a really few. For example, the fear of Shaco should also be a slow. And there's also like the slow of 30W. We're gonna wait because my support is calling out that there's a rotation of someone. Could be Jace, could be Shaco as well. We're gonna wait a second, especially as Aphelios. And when we have the rotation of the mid laner, we're gonna cover it up. Alright, perfect. Unlucky, the guy misplayed. I could actually just walk out from that. Sadly, we lost a few waves because we had to respect the Shaco. I don't even think we needed to do that, but... I mean, we did well on, like, not... Oh my god! And that's actually why I love this champion. Oh my god. Would you look at that? Okay, that's the fake one. This guy should be dead. Alright, I'm gonna leave the kill to the Lee. I don't need kills as Aphelios, but oh my god. Never got to a blue Aphelios just like that. You are crazy. That was actually amazing. And nothing, we're just gonna shove this wave and look for the tower here. I do believe that we have the really good weapons, right? We have red-white, so that's where the laning phase ends. We might actually die by doing that, but trust me when I say it, it doesn't matter. So much gold for Aphelios in this case that you shouldn't actually matter about that. He could D from the wall. I wanna check what happens. Okay, we should get the tower regardless. Okay, we did it. Nice. Go more back. We're doing Drake anyways. And now my plan is simply to not die and gather this wave so that we can base into the other side of the map. Rel should be roaming here. She shouldn't look for me. She's probably looking for me, but that's a really weird play. We will actually win if they look for a fight right now. So we can gather this one, get the level bonus. They might turn on me. They're not turning on me. That's a really weird situation, I feel like. We're gonna get Drake. We got kills. He flashed. And yeah, I mean, we can get another wave. Oh my god. I almost died. Ooh! That's hot. I have really few mana for this. Okay, so the guy didn't die. Oh my god, I lost the cannon. I wanna die. This game is a bit full of action, honestly. Usually, Aphelios games, you love them to be a bit slower, to be honest. But I like a lot the idea of going those boots this game. You know, they make me really fast, and like the thing that counters me a lot this game, if you want my opinion, it's definitely the fact that they have they have more movement speed, right? And again, Aphelios' problem is they have so much movement speed. Like when they have movement speed, it feels awful to play this champ, really. So having a bit more actually makes a sense. But I wouldn't go Storm Razor for it. Like I wouldn't go Storm Razor just because of it. So Infinity Edge it is. We are really, really ahead, so we can go Infinity Edge second instead of Lord Dominic, which sometimes it's better to go Lord Dominic second against certain comps. This is not the case, I feel like. And now we're gonna take off green weapon. We'll have to get red buff really quick and then look for this fight. New champion Loki, guys. Holy fuck, he's so strong. Every time I see him being played in Aigilo, it just like goes crazy. Really, really good character, and it's also like enjoyable to play and to watch. While playing against him, well, it's not maybe that fun compared to actually having it in the team. Make it have sense. Okay, so what do we do now? What do we do now? We're just gonna wait. They are invading there. I will never look for such a fight as Aphelios, sadly. Like, we gotta stay mid lane, and sooner or later our team will come for us, hopefully. Another really bad fight, which we can't really join. It's gonna be really hard to actually just like do anything regarding that. So we're gonna let him die. They might actually look for a play on us. Holy, what damage. Just gonna ult here. One dies. That's pretty good. Nice. Another kill with Aphelios. Like, the damage that I already see Oh my god, the damage of this champion is crazy. I didn't do anything special. I critted Zeri, she almost died. That was crazy. Not lying. That's actually the damage that you have if you go even. Like, you're not even gonna snowball, right? I'm 5-2, the farm is not even that great. If you have the right comp and your team just like kicks you people in front of you, you're just gonna get kills. And that's the main issue of the champion, though. You miss having engage on those people, right? And it's always like so much to ask in a solo queue game. Like, sometimes you're gonna have the draft that has no tank, no engager, and so you gotta play Stormraids or Aphelios. But when you have engage, Collector Aphelios, at least from my perspective, is the best damage Aphelios. But then once again, you gotta pray that your team plays a certain comp for it, which again is not always obvious. We're gonna shove this wave really quick. I don't know if I want to change to red-white or red-green. I'm probably gonna do red-green. Sorry, green-white. Oh my god, it's so hard to coach this champion while you're playing. This is actually crazy. Alright, we're gonna take off both weapons, I believe. I'm not so sure, like, I could take them off mid-fight. Let's just take them off right away. Alright, we take this one off, and we take this one off. And I will say that what I would love to do right now in this game is white-green again. White-green for ranged towers. And that will be quite good. Also, Aphelios is one of those champions that you go into the objective and you just melt it, I swear. Especially when you have red-white. You have red-white, just go to the objective, boom, you one-shot it. Makes no sense, actually. Alright, we're looking for an heavy fight. Not a fan of what we're doing here. So hopefully we can get out. This is gonna die. Killing the clone is always a good thing. Get and die. He placed a thing here. Just get out. I don't know what is going on, honestly. Can he actually leave? I guess he's gonna kill. What is Keisante, man? That champion is not real. Alright, we're gonna take this tower as well. I'm gonna take off red now. Keep green, white, and just take off this tower possibly, guys. Alright, I am cooked because my team is basing. I'm dead if they base, yeah. That could have been better. I felt like we played a bit bad. Like, I kind of knew that they would have TP'd in my back and I would have died. The shutdown wasn't even that good. It was like 100 gold. My team also replied really well to that, honestly. Like, as you saw, they actually hard-forced it quite hard, so... I'm happy anyways. Like, they sort of, like, traded back. I flashed the Jace Q, despite that I think I got it in the face, so it wasn't that great. Anyways, Collector, Infinity Edge. And here, usually, it's a slot for either Anti-Heal or Lord Dominic. Now, they don't have many HP, but they don't have much healing either, so... The best play is 100% to just, like, go Lord Dominic this game. Bam, bam, bam. They missed everything. We'll just go Drake here, honestly. That's quite deep. We're gonna ping them off and play this fight here. Let's go to that. Alright. Should be ours. We're gonna take off this green weapon as fast as we can so that we can have Flamethrower again. Ward here. And smite it. Nice. We got 3 Drakes. Awesome. So we got 3 Drakes. No hard engage yet. Nothing crazy. I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm so fucking dead. Why is no one seeing this? Oh my god. I almost killed him though. That was crazy. They're going way too deep again. I feel like my team is trying a bit too much. And that's what happens again when you're playing Aphelios and you're playing solo queue. Sadly, sometimes, like in a solo queue environment, this happens so often, while in competitive, like, it never happens, right? Like, it will never happen that I face check Akali and my team is fighting here, and no one is actually helping, so... That's a bit like the weak side of this champion. If you find yourself in a bad position, and it's not like people give a fuck about you, you know? If that makes sense. Sadly, it's a really sad thing to say, but, like, people don't care about you, and so... I think a champion which is kind of, like, immobile does not help at all. That's for sure. And the guy went overextend again and he died. A few things happening, but like, you know, Igilo lobbies, man. Igilo lobbies are always full of things happening. It's like a roulette of things happening every single second into the game. And we want to get red buff if we can. Now, the important thing is that you somehow manage to still get a decent farm out of all the things happening during the game. And I guess that we're sort of keeping a decent farm. Like, look at Zeri, she's like way more behind than us, poor guy. He's unable to actually click in fights. And now we're gonna go here, possibly not dying by another Akali coming from out of an hour. Taking the red buff. And again, like, our plan is simply to stay mid lane. Without flash, this build is really, really weak. And that's also why I went for the other boots, especially in such a game where they have a bit more engage on me. We're gonna wait. And of course, the idea will be to either play for the soul, which is 3 minutes, or to Nash. Both things are fine. Some lifesteal will be really good this game as well, because they have a lot of poke, annoying poke, the Jace1, stuff like that. I'm playing kind of like solo here. So I gotta wait my team a bit. Be really careful on the Shaco. Luckily, Shaco is not AD, so even if you face Shack him, you're not gonna die one-shotted, at least. That's the whole difference. It's not gonna happen. Alright, get this one. We are gonna start Nash, but I don't think that that's a closure. It's gonna be really hard to close it out, if you ask me. They might actually just like TP at the last second, and that will feel really hard. Okay, I think we close it. I think we definitely close that at this point. Okay, the enemy team didn't contest at all. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. I feel like they could have tried, but yeah, they didn't care about that. I'm gonna take off Flamethrower. Come here. I had an absolute beast of a top lane and jungle this game, but I mean, I didn't play bad either. They sort of ganked a lot as well, bot lane, so it was a bit hard. Okay, holy fuck. It's actually crazy. They got a shutdown. I'm gonna base off now. I gave a shutdown sadly, so we're gonna rotate the weapon. Still 1 minute and a half for Drake, so it's not that bad, right? I mean, it could have been worse. I'm gonna base off, wait for the Lee Sin again. They're probably gonna invade this position, which means that K'Sante could get 5-manned, even if this guy is actually hard to kill, you know? If they force T1 tower, we should actually drop it for sure. So, be really careful on this tower because of Rel Flash. You see? Okay, that was a really good Xonias by the guy. Yeah, that's really good anyways. I feel like the guy has to drop, so... And when you have this combo, man, there's nothing they can do. The guy TP'd. I mean, the teleport is really fine, and the fact that they're losing so hard, it's actually good for us, no? Thank you, that. Oof. Closely missed that. Oh, there he is. No, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know which one was the right one, I'm sorry. Alright, we base again. And now, why do we base again, guys? Because there's Drake in 1 minute. We won the fight. We can spend the gold of the fight. Take a control ward as well for the Shaco. And if we get the Mountain Soul, well, this guy is never gonna die, right? So... that's the whole objective of this comp. Just having a really good frontline backliner, and they will never have the chance of winning. So now we will force some tiny play in mid lane, and then we will look to rotate for this one. Okay, we're gonna push this wave. Push the tower. Inhibitor is not even that much needed. Here you can see we're gonna control ward this position, so that they can sort of like never enter. That's the most important thing. And now we're just gonna rotate towards Drake. Being really careful, right? Being really careful with it, because your team might actually do some really weird stuff. But I'm always gonna like place the turrets here as Aphelios. You simply place as many turrets as you can. I got the right one. He dies. Look at the damage. The damage of this champion right now is ultra busted if you reach late game. Like, you're genuinely one-shotting people. The only bad thing again is the movement speed, like how slow you are. But with this build, if you're not like losing early game, just like going even, you saw I didn't even win, I just went even. You're just one-shotting everyone. Alright. Just gonna get this one. My team called FF. Is that Zeri FK? Yo, I feel like the Zeri went FK. No. I feel like the Zeri went FK, guys. That's weird. I didn't notice that till a bit. Like, when did she go FK? I mean, that's unfortunate. She didn't like went FK for a reason. She's like level 10. I just realized, guys. How much time has been since she went FK? That's quite unfortunate for the enemy team. But there's a lot of people like disconnecting in these days. I don't really know what's going on. Like, they made a patch where Vanguard is doing a lot of, like, issues for a lot of people. Even me. I wanted to stream today, but I had a shit ton of issues and I couldn't stream the whole day. So yeah, I'm really sad for this occurrence, of course. I was thinking that playing an Aegilo game was the best way of actually showing off the buff. But apparently, FKs actually do happen to be even here. Anyways, we're gonna go Guardian Angel now, because of course we're 4 versus 5. 4 versus 5, if you put a Guardian Angel on top of it, well, that game is 100% won. So that's what we're gonna do. Soul into Closure. We can easily go mid and bottom, even if technically we should get the other tower. But that's pretty much it. Now, my feedback on the champion. I'm gonna be honest with you, Aphelios is one of the best scaling champs in the game. Now, the problem is your team actually gonna play around it? Because if you don't play around this champion, it's one of the worst champions in the game. So you gotta put some attention into it. And of course, you need the knowledge of actually playing him halfway decent. But if you actually put the effort and, you know, you manage to reach late game, even going 1 kill, 1 death on an egg level, you're just gonna win the game. That's crazy, right? It's like winning every single game. That's awesome. Actually, we're gonna do top lane anyways, I believe. Because they have a bit of annoying poke. It's not really that funny. Gonna walk away from it. Please, man. Nice kick. Nice peeling with my Lee. And here we are, we won the game. Nice. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really sorry for the FK. It's not something that I can control, sadly. But as you can see, Aphelios, really fun character. Really strong. And if you have the right comp, it just feels awesome.